Football players. The two Chais, father and son, were famous all around as the best football players. Unfortunately, the father met a sad end and got drowned in the great lake nearby. After 8 years, the young Chai went on a long journey across the same lake. It was evening and he decided to anchor his boat for the night. It was a lovely moonlit night. Suddenly, the young Chai saw 5 men coming out of the lake. They were carrying a huge mat which they spread on top of the water. Then they brought up bowls of food and wine in kettles. The 3 rich men spread the food on the mat and sat down to eat. The 2 servants stood in waiting. The rich men were grandly dressed with big black turbans. The servants wore black robes. To the young Chai, the older servant resembled his father. Football on the lake. After eating, the 3 rich men decided to have a game of football. The next moment, the young Chai saw the young servant dive into the water and come up in a moment with a monster sparkling ball. The ball was quite large and it glittered so much that the young Chai's eyes were dazzled. The 3 men and the older servant came and joined the game. When the game had become thrilling, down the ball fell into the middle of young Chai's boat. Instantly, the young Chai kicked it as hard as he could. The ball was feather-light and as soft as rice paper. Chai's foot went right through it. Still, the ball went up into the sky and multicolored lights streamed from the hole he had made in the ball with his foot. At last, down it fell like a comet, touched the water, fizzed, and then went out. "Ho, ho!" cried the players in a fury. "Well kicked," said the old servant. Young Chai meets his father. The rich men ordered the servants to bring the young Chai to them, as he had spoiled the game. The 2 servants reached the young Chai's boat, where he was standing with a sword in his hand. Father and the son recognized each other. Young Chai called out, "Father, father, look at me, I am your son, young Chai." In the meanwhile, the rich men also jumped into the young Chai's boat. They pounced upon the older man and were about to carry him off, when the young Chai wheeled round with his sword. He had untied his boat from the moorings. The young Chai cut off 1 man's arm and chopped off another man's head. His body fell into the water. Scared, the 3rd man ran away. Feeling safe, Chai and his father made haste to get the boat away. The escape. Suddenly, a great mouth opened in the lake. It was a lake monster trying to swallow the boat. The young Chai seized 2 huge round stones which were kept to use as anchors and threw them into the huge mouth, which at once shut upon it. Now they sailed along and Chai's father told him his story. "I was never drowned," he said. "All the men with me were eaten by the fish goblins when our boat got lost. I was spared because I could play football. Do you know what that football was made of? The one you broke? It was a part of a fish. Look at that arm you cut off. It is a fish's fin. And the men you saw playing with me are the fish goblins who serve the Dragon King." He asked the young Chai to quickly get away from the place before the Dragon King could catch them.
Thanks for watching. Do like, share, subscribe to Sahil Book House.